Well, hello everybody. I'm over here in Mountain Rest, South Carolina on the Chattooga River Trail, headed north into the Ellicott Rock Wilderness. Planning on doing an overnight tonight. Gonna hike in probably 4 miles or so, 4 or 5 miles. Find us a good campsite and stay the night, and then hike out tomorrow. They are calling for thunderstorms. Hopefully they miss us, but they might not. Could get a little interesting in here later on this evening and tonight. But hopefully we don't get blown away. But I've hiked up to Ellicott Rock before. It's a beautiful trail. Chattooga River Trail is one of my favorites. Lots of beautiful sights to see. But I'm gonna head on up the trail here. Well, here we've got the first creek crossing. I'm going to put the camera away and try to get across here and not break my neck. Got an extra 32 pounds on my back, so makes it a little bit more difficult. Well, finally made it up here and got some good views of the Chattooga River. There's a campsite here that they've got roped off. Several of these campsites are roped off by the Forest Service after Helene, so they can recover. I suppose that's what the reason is, but we'll be heading on up. It is a humid day up here. Like I said, they are calling for storms later, so hopefully we don't get any bad weather. I'm still heading up the trail toward Ellicott Rock. The trail has gotten away from the Chattooga River, but it'll swing back down and back next to it here shortly. Comes up here sort of on a ridge, or right below a ridge. That humidity is up there. It's not terribly hot. It's probably 78 or 80 degrees. But the humidity is sticky. Haven't seen anybody else on the trail really. A couple of people when first got on, but nobody since. Probably due to the weather that they're calling for. Probably nobody else as crazy as we are to be out here in this. That just adds to the excitement and the memories. And that's always good. Well, we've made it to the old log bridge, and this is Bad Creek that it crosses. This is a tough old bridge. They had, during Helene, they had huge trees fall on this thing, and it did not take it out. It just broke the railings, but didn't take the old bridge out. Like I said, that crosses Bad Creek. The Chattooga River is just right there where Bad Creek spills in. And you get over here on the other side of the bridge, the trail splits. This trail to the right is the East Fork Trail. It goes up to the fish hatchery. But we're going to continue to the left here up the Chattooga River Trail. I've already hiked 2 3/4 miles, a little bit over. And as I said before, they've got a lot of these areas roped off to keep people out of them so they can recover. Alright, made it down here to another creek crossing. This is one of the bigger creek crossings on this hike. I'll put the camera away and try to get over to the other side. Well, we hit a little bit of a snag. We were planning on staying at a really nice campsite right before you get to Ellicott Rock. But of course, there hadn't been anybody on any of these sites the whole way in here, and I hadn't seen a soul. But of course, we get to the campsite we want, and there's a bunch of people camping there already. And there's no more campsites from that point to Ellicott Rock, so we've turned around now. We're going back. It's not far down here. There's a large campsite. It'll be on the right. There was nobody there when we came in. Hopefully nobody is there now. But we get back down there and it's still unoccupied. That's where we're going to camp for the night. Not the campsite we wanted, but it'll do. There's a shot of the beautiful Chattooga River. Even got some rhododendron blooms over here. They're blooming again. But that's the plan. Hopefully we can get back down here to this campsite and it won't be occupied. Well, finally made it to a campsite here that nobody's set up on. It's a big camp area. Great big fire ring, logs to set on. Got a nice sandy beach down there. Beautiful spot of the Chattooga here. This is going to be home for the night. It's trying to rain a little bit, thunder off in the distance. Hoping it doesn't get any worse than this, but gonna get tents set up before it does, in case it does get worse. Well, got camp set up. Got a tent over there. Got my tent over here. Just did get set up and started pouring the rain a little bit, so. But got the sleeping pad and the sleeping bag and all that in there. Right here alongside the river. Thankfully the rain has stopped for now. But getting ready to eat. Got some Good old beef stew over here been cooking. Good old Mountain House beef stew. Letting it get rehydrated, and gonna put some of this here Hereford shredded beef in there with it to give it even more protein. Might try to get a fire built. I don't know. It's awful wet. I tried it there earlier and it never did take off, so I don't know if I'm gonna try it again or not, but just gonna eat some dinner and relax for a little bit here and take in all the sounds and the sights. Anyway, I'm gonna go eat. I'm hungry. Well, just got finished eating some dinner. I'll tell you, that beef stew was actually really, really good. I was surprised. But walk down here and take a look at the river. There's an awesome beach area here. Too bad it's not real hot. I'm actually pretty chilly after getting wet in that rain, but big old beach area. Nice little set of rapids here. Awesome camping area right here. I've got to get back up here and get the, I've already got the bear hang up. I just got to put the food bag on it and pull it up in the tree. Oh, there's lots of bears around here. Somebody saw a cub and her, or mama and her cubs here the day before yesterday on the trail, so got to get that bear bag up in the tree, all the food in. I got to get all my snacks out of my backpack and all that stuff. Don't want any food in the tent. Don't want any unwanted visitors coming in the tent. I'm going to head back up here to the camp and get all that done. I'm going to be turning in soon. Ended up hiking 6.25 miles. Was only planning on doing about 4 to 5, but since we got up there and that other camping area was already taken, we had to backtrack, so ended up with 6.25 miles for the day. But one thing about it, don't have to be in no rush to get out of here in the morning, because we don't have a whole lot of distance to cover to get back to the parking area. But anyway, I'm gonna get up here and do some more chores. Just want to come down here and take a look at the river. Well, good morning. About 7 o'clock in the morning. Just got up a few minutes ago. Had a pretty good night's sleep. It did rain more in the night. Probably about 2 o'clock in the morning or something. So got everything back wet again, but just up and had some coffee and getting breakfast ready. It was a whole lot cooler. There was a cold front moving in after the rain. You can definitely feel it this morning, but gonna be trying out the breakfast skillet this morning. Hopefully it'll be as good as the beef stew was. But it's just a cool, wet morning. Gonna get breakfast eaten and start heading out. So far been a good trip besides the rain, but all the new gear worked well. Slept really good. Pad worked good. Sleeping bag was great. have some breakfast and start breaking down camp. Well, we got all packed up and hitting the trail, heading out. Made sure I went around and left no trace. One final look at the beautiful Chattooga. And on the trail we go, back to the parking area. Well, we've made it back to this creek crossing. This is the last big creek crossing before the parking area, so getting close, man. Just got to make it back down over all this mess. Well, made it back home and got to pack out here. I'm going to end up having to unpack all of it because I had to pack everything up wet due to the rain, but gonna have to unpack everything and hang up the tent and all so it can dry out. That way it doesn't get moldy. But overall it was a good trip. I mean, I had a real good time, had fun, and looking forward to another one. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. I thank you for coming along with me, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.